Hi everybody, it's Tech Tip Tuesday at the Lexus Virtual Classroom, and today we are looking at how to set up and use Apple CarPlay. Grab your iPhone and your USB cable that came with it, or a data certified USB cord, and head out to your Lexus. I'll show you how it works. If you see the word projection on your main screen, you know you have a vehicle with Apple CarPlay. There are some Lexus vehicles that have a compatible upgrade that's available through your Lexus dealership. Check to find out if your Lexus is compatible for a retrofit Apple CarPlay update from your local Lexus dealership. To use Apple CarPlay, you need an iPhone 5 or newer running iOS 7.1 or above. For best results, make sure you're running the most current iOS. You'll also need a genuine Apple iPhone cord or a data certified USB cord. That means it can't just charge. It has to be certified for transferring data from your phone to the vehicle. In most Lexus vehicles with Apple CarPlay, you'll plug in through the USB ports under the armrest. The exception to that rule is the ES, where you plug into the USB ports up front. Make sure to plug in your USB and run your cable through the opening that allows you to have slack for your cord. When you open your menu, if you don't see Apple CarPlay and you see the word projection, it just means you need to plug in your iPhone through the correct USB port and then launch Apple CarPlay. The first time you plug in a new iPhone with your Apple CarPlay on your Lexus, you're going to get some pop-ups on the phone as well as the Lexus. On the vehicle, you want to click Always Enable. Then on the iPhone, click Allow. This will allow your Apple CarPlay to display on the screen on your vehicle. If you aren't prompted for the permission on the vehicle screen, you can turn it on in Setup. From the main menu, click Setup. Depending on the year of your vehicle, you'll either see projection settings on the first screen or Apple CarPlay, or you'll need to scroll down and look for Apple CarPlay. If it says projection settings, click to open. Come to Apple CarPlay and turn it on. Make sure to note that Bluetooth is disabled when you're using Apple CarPlay. So you can go ahead and close your screen and put your phone away. Depending on the type of Lexus that you're in, if you have navigation or this is a non-navigation vehicle, you're going to have a slightly different view on your home screen. The items that appear on the home screen are not customizable. They're selected by Apple, and they may change when Apple releases different updates for Apple CarPlay, so just be aware of that. Some Lexus vehicles have a large display. When you're using Apple CarPlay on a larger format screen, your home screen will look a little bit different. You just have more real estate to cover. You can have additional content on the right-hand side, and the Apple map is quite a bit larger. The overall functionality of Apple CarPlay is going to be identical no matter the size of the screen and whether you have factory installed navigation or not. When you have a music app on, you'll be able to see what's playing on the home screen. Notice that there is a lot of functionality right from the home screen. You can click on the album art to open the now playing item, or you can pause and play, advance to the next track, or go back. If you don't want to click with the arrows on the screen, you can use the arrows on your steering wheel, and it will jump you through the items that are in that particular playlist. Looking on the left side of the screen, you'll see the time, signal strength, how many bars of service you have, your 3 most recently used apps, and then a shortcut to the home screen, or if you're on the home screen, a shortcut to your apps menu. Let's take a look at the 3 most recently used apps. They fall into 3 basic categories. The top item is going to be for navigation. So your compatible apps are Waze, Google Maps, and the default map, which of course is the Apple map. Coming down, you'll have apps that are for entertainment, so music apps like Spotify or Pandora. Then the last item is for communication. So here you'll see the messaging app, the phone app, and even the newest item, the calendar. If you're looking for an item that is not currently in your most recently used apps, just come down to your menu and then make a selection. So for example, if we jump to podcasts or audiobooks, it's going to change that center spot because that's about entertainment. Coming back to our menu, if we select Waze, for example, you're going to see the Apple Map shortcut switch to the Waze shortcut. Now, of course, if you've been watching my videos, you know I am a huge fan of voice command. When you're using voice command with Apple CarPlay, you're using Siri. So you can actually dictate which app you want to use for navigation, all with voice command. Let me show you how that works. To activate Siri for Apple CarPlay, you push and hold the voice command button. This is a little bit different from using voice command for onboard Lexus systems. With Siri, it's push and hold. Get directions to 1/5 Houston in Houston, Texas, using Google Maps.
Getting directions to 1/5 Houston using Google Maps.
And click go, or start to drive.
Head northwest for North Freeway Service Road, then continue straight onto North Freeway Service Road.
Keep in mind that when you're doing a voice command for navigation, if you don't dictate which app you want the system to use, it is going to default to the Apple Map, as well as your home screen, which is always going to only show the Apple Map. Get directions to 1/5 Houston restaurant.
Getting directions to 1/5 Houston.
So if you don't tell Siri which map app you would like to use, Siri will default to Apple Maps. When you're in Apple Maps, you can zoom in and out with the plus or minus. You can also open the menu on the bottom left to do another search, mute the voice, share your estimated arrival time if you have friends that you're meeting someplace, and end your route. And then it'll bring back up additional search features and destinations that you've previously looked for. Just click the X to close. Then you can come back either to your home screen or your menu of apps. Get directions to 1/5 Houston in Houston, Texas using Waze.
Getting directions to 1/5 Houston using Waze. Let's take I-45 South Houston.
Once you're in Waze, you do have the ability to change your sound settings. You can also come in and select different route options.
Let's take I-45 South Houston.
You can do an additional search, set up a destination for home or work, and stop your route at any time. If you click on the 4-arrow icon, you can explore on the map simply by clicking on the arrow facing the direction that you would like to search. When you're done, just click Done or Overview to see the entire route, or Recenter to bring you back to your current location. Then Done to close that feature. You'll have all of your standard Waze notifications pop up and with an auditory prompt letting you know if there's a vehicle stalled up ahead or road closures. Any of the typical Waze notifications will pop up like you're accustomed to. Let's cancel this route by clicking Stop. In Google Maps, I have a microphone icon on the screen. I can add another stop. So this doesn't mean add or stop. It means, do you want to add another stop along your way? For example, if you have one destination in mind, but you need to get gasoline on your way, or maybe you need to fuel up and you're looking for coffee. If you want to stop your guidance, you need to click Exit so that you can exit this particular destination. Let's take a look at additional settings. You can choose different route options to avoid highways, toll roads, or ferries. You can also change your map color and allow it to select automatically for day or night mode, or you can choose to keep it always in day mode or always in night mode. Once you've opened map colors, you can't really get out of it to this go back button at the moment, so you'll just need to make a choice, either automatic, day or night, and then reopen your settings. Because this is Google Maps, you do have an optional satellite map view, which is pretty cool to look at. If you click, you can explore, and then when you're done, click Done on the top right corner, and it will recenter at your location. Coming back to additional settings, you can choose to have traffic information show on screen. Now you'll notice the green highlighted path. You can change your view to north up, which would mean north is always at the top of the screen. Or deselect so that the map is facing the way that you are facing as you drive. You can also adjust the volume.
You can change navigation volume with your car's controls, but only when navigation is speaking.
Once you have it set, you're good to go. Press Go Back. Notice a shortcut for mute. Without having to come into your settings to adjust volume, you can just mute the sound when you no longer need it, and then turn it back on when you're ready. The very bottom right corner icon will allow an overview of your route. Then just click Go to relaunch. Click Exit to stop the guidance. One of the most popular features about Apple CarPlay is the ability to have a visual component to your text messages. It's not going to show you the words of your text message, but it will show you a list of active text threads that are saved on your iPhone. Let's send a text so you can see how it works. You can send texts from any screen. Push and hold to get Siri. Send a text to Ava.
What do you want to say?
Hey Ava, thanks so much for helping us out today.
Your message to Ava says, "Hey Ava, thanks so much for helping us out today." Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So you'll notice that I had an opportunity. I could have clicked Review, Change, or Send if I was ready to do any of those things before hearing the readback from Siri. You'll have a pop-up on the screen when a new message comes in. Select by clicking to allow it to play automatically. If the pop-up for your recent text has gone away, just use voice command. Try saying things like, "Read my last text," or read my last text from, and give the name of a specific contact. Here's an example. Read my last text.
Ava said hi, Melissa.
Or open your Messages app. Then you can move through different text threads that are saved in the history on your phone. If you have a new text, it will have a dot just to the left of that contact's name. Just click to play.
Ava said hi, Melissa. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing excellent. Thank you for checking in. Miss you, with a grinning emoji. Would you like to reply?
Reply, thanks so much. Stay safe in all this crazy rain.
Your message says thanks so much, stay safe in all this crazy rain. Ready to send it?
Change it.
What do you want to say?
Thanks so much, period. Have an awesome day, exclamation point.
Your message says thanks so much. Have an awesome day. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
So you can speak your punctuation so that you get the phrasing that you prefer. So if you don't want to hear Siri repeat everything back to you and you're confident that Siri got it right, go ahead and just click send. Keep in mind, you can say things like change it or add to it, and then just progress along your way in your text. You can also send group texts. Now, a lot of people aren't aware of that. All you have to do is tell Siri, send a group text, and then Siri will say, to whom shall I send it? And give your list of people that you would like to text within that group. When you're texting with Siri through Apple CarPlay, Siri will read emojis back to you, but you're not able to tell her emojis and have her send emojis for you. Hopefully they'll change that at some point because it's a really cool feature to hear her say the emojis. In fact, if you ever wonder what an emoji is, just have somebody text it to you and Siri will tell you.
Kelly said, hey, this is me. Reading emojis to you. 4 emoji. A face crying with laughter. A person shrugging. A face bomb and a grinning cat face. Do you want some? A hot drink emoji. Or with a birthday cake emoji and a rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Well, now your emoji life is complete, and as you can tell, it's not a perfect system, but it's certainly a lot of fun. Opening the phone app, you'll see favorites at the top, recents, and if you have a recent call, it will automatically start your highlighter on the top call. So to keep moving through your menu, you'll just need to bring your highlighter back up and move it along the top. The same thing's going to happen in contacts. It's going to automatically drop down to the very first contact on your list. Then just bring your highlighter back up. Same thing with the keypad. It's going to default with the highlighter on the number 1. And if we had a voicemail, we'd see a similar pattern. Keep in mind this is an iPhone design. That's something that might change as they continue to evolve Apple CarPlay and all of the different functionality that's on board. But those are the basics for the phone right now. The main thing to know about the phone is that it's going to pop up on top of any other screen that you have on if you receive a phone call. So this is what it looks like when we get a call. We can accept on the screen or on the steering wheel. We can send a message or decline. When you decline an incoming call, whether you use the prompts on your screen or the buttons on your steering wheel, you're just sending that caller to voicemail. Don't worry, you're not hanging up on them. Let's make a phone call with voice command. Call Ava.
Calling Ava. iPhone.
So you'll see all of the controls that are available directly on the screen. Check my calendar.
You have 9 upcoming appointments.
Yikes.
Here are the first 3. At 3:30 p.m. Film Tech Tip Tuesday for
You
all
get
of our
the idea.
subscribers. Do you want to hear the next 3?
No. Put an event on my calendar today at 3:30 to film Tech Tip Tuesday for all of our subscribers.
You have an event that overlaps with this. Should I schedule your event about Film Tech Tip Tuesday for all of our subscribers today from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. anyway?
Yes.
Your event is scheduled for today from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. The event is called Film Tech Tip Tuesday for all of our subscribers.
If you're not sure what events are on your calendar, you can select Calendar or ask Siri to show you. Launch Calendar. So all you can do is view events and open them for more details. You can't delete events through the screen, but Siri can. Delete event titled Event in my calendar today at 3:30.
You want to cancel your appointment at 3:30 p.m. today. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. I removed it.
Now, if we look back at our calendar, I only have one. Nice and simple. You can open your music apps through the system on the screen or with voice command. Launch Spotify. There you go. Once you're in your Spotify app, you can move through any of the daily mixes or other content that you've saved previously. You can also scroll to the top and come to Recently Played, Browse if you'd like to browse content that's on Spotify, or come to your full library. And your full library is going to sort more like a music menu that you're accustomed to in an iPod, with playlists, songs that you've liked, albums, artists, and any podcasts that you've saved within the Spotify environment. But don't forget to get creative with voice command. Play Joan Armatrading on Spotify.
I'll need to access your Spotify data to do this.
So if it prompts you for permission, go ahead and say yes or no.
Now playing Joan Armatrading from Spotify.
So if I look at my home screen, on the bottom right corner in Now Playing, I have the artist that I've selected. Obviously, I don't have copyrights to this music, so I am not playing it for you right now, but if you like great music, check her out. Launch Apple Music. Once you come into the Apple Music environment, you'll either land in the library or you'll land on What's Now Playing. You can always move through your controls by moving back to the library, coming down to Recently Added Items, Artists, Albums, Genres, and Songs. This is going to look a lot like your iPod menu. As long as you have playlists saved to your library, they'll appear here. Apple Music Radio is another item in your menu. You can scroll through. There's some complimentary content, but for the most part, Apple Music Radio does require a subscription. And then if you look at the very top right corner, this is a What's Playing or What's Coming Up shortcut. And if you click on that, it'll take you right back into the Now Playing, similar to what you would see in the bottom right corner of your home screen, just shortcutting you to the same content. In Apple Music on screen, you have a lot of the same controls that you would see in an iPod menu. You can shuffle, repeat. If you're streaming in Apple Music, you can love a song or recommend that they suggest less songs like the one that's actively playing. Any music apps can be opened with voice command or by clicking on the screen, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, you name it. Opening podcasts. We'll see that center shortcut for entertainment has now switched from Apple Music to podcasts. And then you have all of your typical podcast operation. So whatever is currently playing, if you have items in your library, and if you want to browse the podcast library. When you see the app that says Lexus, this just takes you back to the Lexus main menu for your car. You can also just push the hard button shortcut for menu. When you want to come back to Apple CarPlay, launch your main menu and click Apple CarPlay. Coming to your apps menu, if you don't see a particular app that you want to use, all you have to do is go to the App Store. Let's say I want to add Google Maps. Just type in the search, and then I notice that the app is in the cloud. This happens periodically. Your phone will offload an app that you haven't used in a while, so just go ahead and add it back to your device. Once the app has completed downloading to your phone, it's going to automatically appear in your CarPlay menu. Now, because Google Maps is going to require a lot of permissions, I need to open the app and then follow the prompts to give the permissions that are required for the app to work correctly in my vehicle. Then close my screen, put my phone away, and I can start to drive again. Anytime you see a pop-up on the screen about giving permission, make sure that you are safely parked so that you can come to your iPhone, read what the permission is that's needed, and then make your selection. Once you've given the permissions, you can open the app on your phone and then follow the prompts to launch the programming for that particular app. After you've given all of the appropriate permissions for that particular app, and it could be because you've just recently loaded the app to your phone, or maybe they've done an app update and you need to refresh your permissions. But once you've got the permissions all set, then you're able to use it in Apple CarPlay on the screen. If you'd like to change the order that your apps appear on your screen, you'll do that on your iPhone. Come to Settings, look for General, and then open CarPlay. Click on your Lexus, then at the top choose Customize. Now you'll see all of the compatible Apple CarPlay apps that are on your phone. If they have a minus symbol, that means they can be deleted from Apple CarPlay. It's not going to delete them from your phone, it's only going to delete them from your Apple CarPlay screen. But if you'd like to rearrange the order, you'll just grab a hold of a handle. The 3 bars to the right of each app, just push and hold gently, and then you can drag and drop, and then you'll see the change instantly on your screen on your vehicle. Launch Spotify. Launch Apple Music. Launch Spotify. If you're ever having any trouble with how the apps are functioning through Apple CarPlay, you can always delete the app and then reinstall it, or first, just try to unplug your iPhone and plug it back in. That'll allow you to launch CarPlay fresh and start over. Launch Spotify. Much better. The app menu for Apple CarPlay is constantly growing and constantly updating. So the key to happiness with apps is to remain flexible. If a problem occurs after an update, hang tight. Hopefully they'll fix it. If you still have questions about how to use Apple CarPlay, make sure to leave a comment below and I'll be happy to get back to you with an answer. Thanks again for tuning in to the Lexus Virtual Classroom. Don't forget to subscribe and make sure to hit that bell so you get notified when we release our next Tech Tip Tuesday video. We'll see you next time.